Alright, so last week we made our strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities of our SWOT analysis. Now we have to come up with some threats. So what are some threats after you guys finished a whole year under the previous seniors' management?
We need good management.
Yeah.
You need good management, so like lack of management would be?
Lack of management.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think that hurt our productivity a lot, which is one of our strengths.
Okay, what else? Any other threats we've seen this year that like slowed down business or people who may not want to come back to us for business?
The manufacturer defects, like the prints just not being good and having to remake orders just because of the poor quality of them.
Okay, so manufacturer defects. Can you spell that? Because I can't. There you go. Okay, so we've got at least 2 for each one. Let's look at those weaknesses really quick. What can we do to fix that? Like, what can we do to prep ourselves for next year so that?
I had an idea for the organization.
Okay.
I'll draw it out right here.
Okay.
So I think if we had some sort of system, like a work order, to get, once we start, we need to be able to communicate like what's happening between the different classes. So if we have some sort of paper that just has like the details on how to press.
Maybe
And then,
like what details? Like how far?
yeah, like measurements from the callers on where we're pressing.
Okay,
and,
so
like,
that way if you're doing it on one period and you're doing it a different period, it comes back and everybody's the same.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then this will have like all the contact info, pricing, just everything that goes with the order, and then we need some way to keep like a status on this, and then
Okay.
that's kind of where I'm at. I need a way to do a status of it.
Okay, so like check boxes at the bottom, maybe?
Yeah.
As
check
to where we are?
boxes.
So what statuses do we need?
So we need like order received.
Okay,
Like how many how many shirts are done? And how many is that what you mean by
Yeah.
status? Like how many more need done?
Yeah. So that would just be like in process of pressing. And then we need.
what about counted before we delivered them? Can we add that as a
Okay,
thing? Like
yeah,
make sure
so
that somebody
that'd be,
signs off
Here.
on the fact that we have counted what came in, made sure that we had everything before we finished printing and then realized we're missing a shirt. But also to count them and make sure that we're putting out what we're supposed to be putting out and people don't come back saying they were missing a shirt from their order.
Yeah. And then after we press them, there's packaging.
Okay?
And then there would be another count here, just to like make sure.
Make sure if we didn't lose anything from the lab.
And then somewhere down here we need invoicing.
Can we maybe add invoicing as a threat?
Yeah.
Seeing as how we didn't invoice anybody from the first semester till like Christmas.
Yeah. We need
So
to-
I would definitely add that as a threat. We need to start invoicing a lot sooner.
Yeah. More invoicing, or just more like treatment, like right here. Though. And then we could do like if we have like colors for each of the papers, or like bins, or
Okay.
something to keep them organized.
So I like bins. How would you put your bins so that we can keep them organized?
I think like the bigger the bins, the better,
Okay?
and then just keep them in sequential order. So like when an order first comes in, it'll go into box 1 with these will be all the orders received that need the rest of the steps done to them,
Okay.
and there's got to be a sign off in between each of these.
Who signs off?
So like
Not me.
if like half an order is done the first day, we're just having it stay in that first box.
Yeah,
like-
so that would probably be under in process. So if you've got like emails and stuff for an order that you haven't finished it, it would just have to stay in order received. Like it stays in the last box until it's completely finished.
Okay.
I think that way it just